We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Houston Texans. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Out of the gun, Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
They will run for the first time here with White. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now Watson. Into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 43. A first down carry now for Miller. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. That was shades of Tennessee Volunteer football back in the 80s with Charles Davis coming up from the secondary to make the tackle for a loss.
You mean my teammates doing that, right? Because they would tell you, my coach would say, where's that tape? I want to see that. But how about the complete package there? Not just playing the pass, but being a willing tackler and making a really nice play.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson, he finds Hopkins complete. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. DeMarcus Lawrence. That is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now it's Watson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. DeMarcus Lawrence picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Watson. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. First carry for Darius Geis. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
We want it. Come to my world. Sponge. No. Alert.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Lock in.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Exit. Undercross.
On the ground, Geis. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Geis alone in the backfield here. 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. They were able to stop him at the line on 1st down, but this time he punches his way through.
And sometimes just because you're stopped on the first run, it doesn't mean the play call was bad or incorrect. You might just need better execution and just a tad more determination. And they got it done on the 2nd try.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their side,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. To try again after the sack. Watson, and give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that will be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 35 on second down, Trubisky. And this is caught. It's Parker. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 27 yards there, a first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 37-yard line. Geis. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On the ground, it's Geis. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On second and 2, Trubisky being chased out left. Now Trubisky lost the football, and the Texans scoop it. And he's into the clear. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
The extra point up and good. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we are tied at 7. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Matt Judon gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Trubisky will throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Flushed out right. Throws right side, and that's complete. And 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend.
6-6, bullet high.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. They'll get this out in a hurry to Parker. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
Dolphin first down.
Go! 180! I'm coming out. Alert, alert! Alert, alert! Shoot! Shoot! X3, 218, chop it!
Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. A first-half update now from Philadelphia. And the Giants are starting to pull away in that one. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Now it's Trubisky. Now he steps away. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up second and 10.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Looking to throw again, Trubisky. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one goes for 30 yards.
Hey, 180! Watch the run, watch the run. Check. Alert, 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 alert. Alert, 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 alert. 41. I'm coming at you. Hey, Alpha. 41's the mic, 41's the mic. Check, 41.
Geis, they'll try to run it. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Hey, we got four down. Check. Lucky. Move.
Again, Geis. And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Third down and goal now, and this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more stop. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. They'll come out in the pistol. Third down and goal now, and this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more stop.
Hey, alert. Hey, orbit. 18.
Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. From a yard out, and the Dolphins have taken the lead. You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They showed great poise, understanding of situation, making sure they got to the end zone in order to complete that pass and take a nice momentum into the locker room.
see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Second and 2 at the 29-yard line.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he stopped immediately there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd and 1, it's Trubisky. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Under 10, 10. Alert. Check 13. Protein spill. 18.
Play action. Now Trubisky. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line. Alert. Rush in. Lock in. 55.
Now a give. Right side, it's Geist. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back.
Squeeze, double. 19's me. Hey, alert. Watch that. Check nickel. Watch Greystone, travel. SOS. Red, talk. SOS. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. An effective 7-yard third down conversion.
Hey, ball. Shit. General West. Kill. Watch the shit. Hey, watch the shit.
They go play action. Trubisky. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
It's second down and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Balaj. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
And it's third down.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on third and long.
Watch the run. Check. Ran. 80 weapons.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Going to throw right side here, complete. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 32-yard line.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3. Check 15. You got tight.
They run it with Balaj. And some room to run now. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kalen Balaj, 32 yards. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Let's go. 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. Flush to his right. And he finds the tight end, Reed. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Now Balaj. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Kalen Balaj, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. But the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for two. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And he's got it. So the try for two successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Out, out, out. Echo, echo. 51's the mic. Got you. Hey, 31. Mike 51. Mike 51.
On 3rd down, Watson, and Thomas has it, and brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They get 14 on that one, good for a Houston first down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Hey, 59. 51's the mic, boy. 51.
On first down, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season. After the sack on first down, Watson. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Blue. Check 41. I'm trying to collect. Check 26. Check 26.
They'll run here with Balaj. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
180. Ready?
Play action. It's Trubisky. Eluding the pressure right. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
It's 3rd down and 11.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is 3rd and 11.
Check 6 guys. Blue. 41 Mike. Red. Touchdown defense. Lock in. Hey, box truck.
Throwing here, Trubisky. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Back to throw, Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Watson now to throw, and he's going to go down again. DeMarcus Lawrence, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Now it's Watson. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Watson. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Faking the give. Now Watson. He finds Hopkins complete. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Watson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Flushed out right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Watson going to give this one to Miller. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
4 yards on the pickup. It's now 3rd and goal.
Jim, 4.
Now Watson on 3rd and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller taking it in. And the Texans get a bit closer.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the return will stop right around the 25. Parker unable to get that one. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you think maybe...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Carlos Watkins in there for the stop.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Now a handoff looking right. And nothing but daylight ahead. The 30, 10, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kalen Ballage with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. This will be fielded at the 8. And they'll start in a hole here as he's brought down at the 11-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason, and now I'm listening to you. So for Miami, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play